Hello everybody, the Doctor back here in Uneasy Allies. As of after playing the first run-through that I did, the first video I made, it seems hours after I made that video, Cryptic came down and fixed the two huge bugs that affected us in this mission. Number one was dying in this calamitor room, which caused us to spawn outside the door on the other side. That apparently has now been fixed. Also, we had an invisible Sela. That is, Sela was nowhere to be found at the end of the mission, and we could not do the rest of the mission. We could not conclude properly. I had to beam up and then beam back down to Nopada in order to complete the mission, but because of that we missed Sela dialogue and other things, apparently maybe at the end of this mission. But now that Cryptic has finally fixed these issues, I can finally show you the proper ending of Uneasy Allies. So now that it's fixed, I have already rerun the mission and I've come to the point where the two bugs are fixed, and this is the end of the mission, Uneasy Allies. Now we can finally see how this is supposed to properly end without bugs. Now let's see if I can remember how to do this thing, because I really don't. Okay, I think I got to this one. Right, okay, that shuts those things down. Then I can swing around here. There we go. That's actually not that difficult. There we go. That is properly solved. Now we can finally do the bit here that was bugged before, but hopefully should be fixed. Crossing fingers that this is fixed. So let's see what happens.
There's nowhere left to run, Taurus. Do you really think the Iconians will help you now?
No, you don't understand. I didn't seek them out because I wanted to rule. I needed them to save us, to turn back time, to undo Hobus, and bring back Romulus.
Then you're more of a fool than I thought. You poor deluded creature. The Iconians aren't interested in saving anything. Nor could they.
We have to get out of here. It's not safe anymore. They're coming.
I guess you'd better go then.
If
you had only known, Taurus, the Iconians can't travel through time. It destroys their minds.
So Sela was the one who knocked Taurus off there at the end.
The sphere just jumped. Look, it's nighttime inside this sphere, but it's never dark inside the other spheres. The Iconian fleets are here, and there are so many ships they're blotting out the sun.
I see you.
Time to go.
Okay, that makes more sense now that we can finally see Sela.
How absurd to think that she could have ever accomplished anything significant. She lost her throne and spent years in mindless devotion to gods who could not hear or answer her prayers. Taurus's fanaticism blinded her. She studied everything about the Iconians, but never learned the one simple fact that would have ended her quest. There was only one thing she didn't get wrong. We need to leave immediately.
So that basically reinforces the fact Taurus obviously wanted the Iconians to restore Romulus by using time travel. Well, apparently the Iconians themselves cannot time travel because it destroys their minds. So that one fact right there would have ended her quest. Alright, clarify for me, why can't the Iconians travel through time? And all we've seen so far are automated defenses. Why the hurry? I want some answers to this one for sure. Why can't the Iconians travel through time?
Iconian minds aren't like ours. They're entangled with chronoton states. I'll spare you the boring details.
No, I want the details.
It helps to orient them when using their gateways, but it means that they can't go back and forth in time like we can. Doing so would cause the Iconian to lose its memories of the intervening time.
What? Okay, so they have minds that are entangled with chronoton states, but as we know, in Star Trek at least, chronotons are widely often used when time travel is involved. So I guess because they have these chronoton things in their head that are capable of time travel or help time travel in some way or sort, that messes with their ability to time travel. So time travel would cause the Iconians to lose its memories of the intervening time. Wow, I don't understand any of that, but maybe somebody out there does. Interesting, though. Very much interesting. Okay. So why do we need to hurry?
Take a look at the sky. In a sphere like this, nothing should obscure the sun. Those aren't clouds.
Yeah, I know they're ships. I can see them right there. I know, I can see that. Now
Did you feel that? The sphere just jumped. The Iconian invasion is beginning.
You were warned. Your galaxy is forfeit.
Uh-oh. We were warned our galaxy is forfeit. Wow, okay, yeah, that was some extra dialogue there we didn't get the first round with those bugs. Glad that I replayed this for that.
It's a herald, the personal guards and servants for the Iconians. Fighting is not our best option. Head for the gate.
What? It's a herald, the personal...
Run!
What? Where? How? What? Run? Okay, I'm running, fine. I want to fight it, though. I want to fight it. I don't care what it says. I want to fight it so bad right now, you don't know.
Personal shield losing power.
Okay, it's tough. I wonder if anyone's beaten this. I have to try. I'm going to. I think I can beat it. Look, its shields are down. Okay, now I'm down. What is that attack? I can beat it. I know I can.
The herald will be back.
I had to try. I could have totally beat that herald. That was cool, though. Oh, wrong way. Do I have an Alachi after me? Thought I saw an Alachi in here, but probably killed it. There it is.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Ah, jeez. What
Head
is
for the
that?
gateway.
Anti-proton damage with beam chain 2. I still think I could take it after a few deaths. Oh, that is cool. I hadn't looked down yet. Man, if this shield wasn't here, you would fall straight down to the ground. It's actually kind of scary when you think about that. Freaky. Want to try this door? Nope. Okay. Well, there's a lot of content here at the end that I didn't know was here before.
The gateway is destabilizing. I'll take care of this. Jump through now!
Yeah, okay. I'm working on it. Jump. I bounced off of it. Sir, we've been wondering what happened since you disappeared from our scanners. Command has sent out a fleet-wide alert. We need you back on the ship right away. Has there been any sign of Sela? Negative. It looks like she didn't use the gate to reach the same destination that you did. We'll have to find out what she's up to when she surfaces again somewhere else. Van Zyl, of course, is resting. We already went through that. We can beam up. So that's it. Wow, there was a lot more content there at the end. We've arrived at the Iconia system, and here's a big freaking sphere. Sphere of awesomeness. Sphere of death. Sphere of heralds and Iconians. And it's over.
It's good to have you back. A Dyson sphere jumped into a position near the Iconia system less than an hour ago. We don't know anything about...
We'll take the gun this time. Let's look at that gun real quick. See what this is all about. Plasma repeater pistol. Plasma damage. Maintained plasma damage. Repeater pistols have a secondary fire mode that can be maintained by holding down the secondary attack key, firing a continuous barrage of energy blasts. Okay, I'd like to try out that secondary ability. It sounds kind of neat. Cool. Plus 100 repeater max, repeater cur, repeater target, plus 1 repeater rifle rate. But it is not part of a set, so it just stands on its own. I'd like to see how this weapon does work, actually, on the next ground mission. I will try it out. Alright, so now we have properly seen the end of Uneasy Allies, and I can say that was definitely a very good ending. I'm glad that I tried it out now after those bug fixes. I'm also glad they got those bug fixes out pretty quickly on the same day of the mission. It just took several hours, and unfortunately a lot of people have probably played it before those patches were released, and I hope that those people go back and replay it now that those patches are out, because the end of this mission is pretty cool. Everybody's ranking up or doing something. There are a couple of points I want to make that I did not hit on in the last video. Just a couple of summary things here. Number one, very happy you get to bring all of your bridge officers with you. Lately, they have been having this run of featured episodes where you do not get to have your bridge officers with you, or if you do, you only get 1 or 2. And that's been very limiting. People select and make their bridge officers what they are because they want all of their bridge officers with them on ground missions. And unfortunately, they just haven't been doing a lot of ground missions where you take all your bridge officers. But this one allows you to take all of your bridge officers, so kudos to Cryptic for finally doing that for us. And I would say keep that up. We want all of our ground people with us, all of our ground bridge officers with us on missions, on ground missions. We've constructed them and made them how we want them because of that. It's hard to pick just 1 or 2 when I'm going, on a ground mission. I want all of them. They're all chosen for a specific reason. So, yeah, more of that, please. Next, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the interactions with Sela. I think this episode is one of the best missions so far with dialogue between Sela and yourself. She really, really, really impressed me here on this one. I thought the voice acting was really good, maybe just a little stiff. I think Sela in The Next Generation, in this TV series, was a little more loose with her dialogue. In Star Trek Online, I think Denise Crosby is just a little bit stiff with it. But that's a small issue. The actual writing here, the banter between Sela and yourself, your captain, was very good. And I want to see more of that. It makes her seem like a real person. And they did a good job of making her seem like a real person. I actually also enjoyed her on my team. I enjoyed having her with me on a ground mission like this. And I wouldn't mind having more of her on ground missions with me. In fact, can she please replace Tovin Kev? Can we get a amen for that? Come on, you guys know you want that. Sela to replace Tovin Kev. That would be kind of really awesome. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Also, I really like that we got to see the traditional Romulan, Navy, Imperial Navy, the real Romulans, the Romulans from the TV show. Although we didn't get to interact with them much other than just killing them, it reminds us that there are like 3 different versions of Romulans in this game. You've got the Republic Romulans, which are wussies. They're not the Romulans that we actually really want to play as. Then you've got the Tal Shiar, which are the Tal Shiar. I mean, that is what that is. And then you've got the old school Romulans, what you would get in TNG and all that, as the Imperial Navy. As a Romulan faction, I wish we had a choice to play whichever kind of Romulan we wanted there, because I wouldn't pick a Republican. Now my mouth isn't working. I would not pick one of the Republic's Romulans. I would want to play one of the old school Romulans who had, they had something about them, and that they've lost that in Star Trek Online. When you play as the Republic Romulans, it's not the same Romulans from the TV show, and everybody knows that. So I would like to have, those old school Romulans back, a real Romulan. Or give me the option to also play as a Tal Shiar. Wouldn't that be cool, to play as like an evil Romulan and go through the whole thing as a Tal Shiar? I think expanding the Romulan faction like that would be appealing, and I know a lot of people would be on board with that. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, Sela was really great in this, and I appreciated that. I enjoyed having her on my side, so that was a lot of fun. Okay, now we properly got to see this mission. I enjoyed it. Now I've got to play it a billion times on all my characters to get everything, of course. Again, I also want to mention the kit that's available, or going to be available when all the pieces are available. To get the 3-piece bonus, you do have to have the armor, the shield, and the profession-specific kit. So the 3rd-piece bonus is not tied into a weapon like most other kits are. And I don't like that, because I prefer to use Spire kit frames, because they have a weapon proficiency modifier plus other modifiers for specific types of modules that you put on it. I'm not sure, of course, yet what the specs are on the new Romulan Imperial Navy kit. I mean, maybe it'll be good, but I doubt it will be Spire level. So I prefer using those kit frames instead. So if I wanted the full 3-piece set on this, I would be forced to not have. I would not be able to use my Spire kit frame anymore. I would be forced to use the Romulan Imperial Navy kit. So that's a departure from other gear sets for ground, because normally that 3rd piece is tied into the weapon, not the actual kit. And in that way, you're able to put that weapon in a weapon slot, and then you can just leave that there, never even use the weapon if you want to, and then you have the other slot be your primary weapon. So I don't necessarily like the direction they went there with that, because it's going to limit the kit use here if you want the full Romulan Imperial Navy, bonuses, 2- and 3-piece bonus. So we'll see how that works out, though. I don't yet know the specs on what the kit will be, so we'll find out. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you for watching again, and stay tuned for the next one.